Hello, my name is Kane Schultz, and today I'll be going over the group I observed for my midterm assignment for psychology of group processes. And I was super excited as soon as I saw this because it, I immediately knew what group I wanted to do because it's sometimes misunderstood and people don't really get it sometimes. And I'm also a part of it, and that is being a student athlete. Um, Student athletes, one of the biggest misunderstandings is we have it so easy and our classes are easy. We have everything that we ever need, and that is not true. Not everybody can make it a pro team. I'm thankful to play baseball here, and I do want to go pro, but I know chances of going pro are slim, and it's not because I don't believe in myself, um, but it's just very hard. It's a hard thing to do, and having a backup plan is good, and a lot of pro baseball players also had backup plans. They have degrees just in case, because and baseball doesn't always it doesn't last forever, right? You don't see people playing into their 50s and 60s. You see them retiring at 35, especially in baseball, because their bodies just can't take it anymore. And that's in sports in general. Um, and People like, what are you going to do after baseball? What are you going to do after sports? You have 35 until 60 or 65, whenever retirement age is. Like, what are you going to do afterwards? 35, your earnings, unless you're a big name like Juan Soto, who made 650 or 750 million-dollar deal after taxes. That's 400 million. That's like a dang good deal. Unless you're Juan Soto and you're pretty much set up for life. Like, most guys aren't like that. So what are you going to do afterwards to keep that income coming? But I'll be going over some challenges that we faced, how we interacted from academic stress, and how I saw our communication and performance get affected by that stress from just guys having busy days. So I'll kind of go over like what a day looks like. We have on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, we have morning weights. I'm in the earliest group on Mondays. I'm just doing a Monday example. So I wake up, eat breakfast, go to weights, and then I, after weights, go to class. I try to shower. I don't want to be stinky and smelly, and quite frankly, you don't want to be sitting by a guy that didn't put deodorant on and that stinks in class for an hour, 50 minutes. And then after I shower, I go to class. After class, I eat another breakfast. Baseball is required to eat 4,000 calories in a day. And so I have to eat a lot. And so I have two breakfasts. And after my second breakfast, I do homework. I try to start it as much as I can. And then once 11 hits, I go to the trainers, because I had Tommy John surgery and I have to take care of my arm every day, whether that's cupping, scraping, compression, electrotherapy, whatever it is. I have to take care of it. After the trainers, I do my prehab throwing routine to get my arm right. After that, I go eat lunch and a snack, because I have to eat 4,000 calories. And then I go to practice. After practice, I do my rehab post-throw routine, since I'm a lot different than other guys, and a lot of guys do it with me because they don't want to go through what I go through or went through, and it's also healthy and recommended for pitchers to do that every day. And so I'd go through a rehab post-throw routine, and that usually takes about an hour and a half, and then we eat dinner, and then I do my nightly routine, like showering, brushing my teeth, putting deodorant on, washing my face, and then I go to bed. Now, that's easy for me because, however, I am a psych student. Psych homework is not that hard. And also, I only have one class every day because I get to graduate this spring. I took running start in high school. I graduated high school with my associate's degree. And so my workload for the past 2 years hasn't been that bad. So I'm very thankful for that. So I got to observe 20 guys, 12 pitchers, 8 position guys, and what their schedule looks like. Obviously, I couldn't go into classes with them, but their schedule looked exactly like mine. They just were more rushed, more quick paced from one place to another, and they didn't have as much time to do what I needed, like exactly what I did. Like, that was going to the trainers, that was their prehab throwing routine, that was their rehab throwing routine, and eating. A lot of guys had to eat meals they didn't want to eat, and like cold food, because they can't find a microwave, and they were very quick paced to other places. Sometimes guys had to go from class to practice. Some guys have to leave practice early to go to class, and that's just the way it is. We're student athletes, we're not athlete students. Academics come first. But what I noticed, um, I kind of wanted to go into some things from the book. At the beginning of the book, Corey said that the forming stage of a group is really important. Like, we're orientating ourselves, we're figuring out our roles and our goals and setting expectations of what our season wants to be like, and our fall. Like, we have 2 seasons. We have a fall season and then we have a spring season. So we're trying to get goals for both seasons, and we're also introducing ourselves and getting to trust each other, because trust is very important in a group. If you don't trust each other, you're not going to get much work done. And especially we see that in transfers and freshmen, because they're in new environments and they're kind of to themselves a little more, and so kind of opening them up to our culture. And returning players are trying to get their leadership, but most of our communication was very surface level. It's just, nice to meet you, what position do you play, just getting to know each other. A lot of group norms were kind of being set a little bit, like what practices look like. And yeah, and so another thing I wanted to go into is, I believe Corey called it the storming or transitioning phase. This is where our scrimmages in the fall start, and this is like where it gets real. Players want more time. Some older guys felt like they've earned more. Younger guys thought they need to get a chance, and heated after errors happen, but we still get in our head. And that's the main reason why I wanted to become a psychology major, is go into sports psychology. Younger guys think they should get a chance, and communication is still a bit awkward. We don't know each other yet, but some voices are dominated, others are quiet. But Corey said in the text that this transitioning phase faces resistance, conflict, and power struggles, because our schedule had us together all day, every day, and the tension from our academic stress goes into affecting our performance on the field and our communication from that external factor of academics. But I remember one late meeting after practice, 2 guys really didn't agree on a strategy they liked, and kind of escalated a little bit. We got it all figured out, but that's kind of classic transitioning. We're just trying to get everything figured out, and once that gets all figured out, then we're in our trust phase, I like to call it. We make progress. We have a few team meetings, especially pitchers. We have a lot of team meetings together. We're establishing more clear norms, and we're starting to really get to know each other more. And we're establishing a nice pregame handshake. That's pretty cool. I wish I had more of them, and it's really cool to be a part of and having that bond with a player. And captains are asking guys to become louder, and it's we're one team. It's there's no I in team. It's not you versus me, it's us versus the opponent. And when you have 44 to 46 guys on a roster and you only have 9 spots, that's going to be pretty hard to play 46 guys in 9 spots. But those 46 guys and those 9 spots, it's going to be hard. Like I said, I just keep saying, it's going to be hard, and you're not going to agree with each other. But when we figured out it's us versus the opponent, that's what really matters, because we all have one clear goal in mind, and that is to win as many games as possible and win a ring and win a championship, because that would be cool. This phase, I noticed that trust increases a lot. Especially Corey said in the text that in this working phase, group members accept each other's roles, and the group norms become more clear. A sophomore started calling the morning strength session we time, and that it's not me time. It is we time. We're working together as a team. There's not really any me time in baseball, maybe excluding pitchers, but it's not really we time, or me time, excuse me. And then more people are setting up more, like they're carrying stuff that they weren't even asked to carry. Like we don't have to make up roles, they're offering themselves to do that. And so it's a trusting role, and like we see the team kind of flowing at this point, and that leads into the mid-season performing phase of our fall. We haven't had our spring season yet. Like we know what we're doing. Our practices had rhythm. Like we were just rolling, going through it. Excuse me. Communication smooth. We had our routines down to a T, especially for pitching. Excuse me. And on our few game days that we had, the energy in the dugout was awesome. It was electric, and according as to group psychology, this is when task cohesion, which is working effectively on the goal, and social cohesion, liking each other, are both strong. And I saw that a lot. And obviously this, like, I didn't start this class before baseball started. Like this wasn't a whole semester class, but I got to see all of these arguments and disagreements take place, and they're still in my head. And to see where we are now is really important, because like I said, I wanted to be a sports psychologist when I'm older, and that's gonna have to deal with disagreements on the team, and that's a little bit of counseling as well, and like trusting the process, because at the end of the day, that's what it's gonna be. And because of our packed schedule, like we had to learn to lean on each other. There's little time to go off solo. That constant togetherness, like I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a feeling of like when a friend overstays the welcome at your house, and you just kind of want them to leave. Like that happens to us, like because it's people. Like I don't know about you, but I mean it happens to me. But we're really accepting togetherness well, and it's like, hey, you're gonna be tired of me, but sometimes you got to deal with it, you know, like I'm here to stay, and that's what we need. Our leadership and communication also changed earlier in the season. Our coach was more authoritative, and like he made decisions, he told us exactly what to do, and it was efficient, more in that like forming phase to get to know each other. But as we got later in the season, he was more democratic, and captains and players started giving more input into travel meals and study times, and we have study hall for guys. And Corey in the book addresses how leadership styles should adapt as group development progresses. Also, communication improved. It's the best it's ever been. We began doing check-ins after class, before practice, on the bus, and we had real talks. Like sometimes you have a big test and you're like, man, I don't want to go to the cage to hit. That happens, and that's life. And so you're telling them, hey, I just took a big test, I might not be able to go to the cages. That happens. And so just having real talks is going to be really important. Transparency improves trust and performance. Then even like in our performing stage, there's still slip-ups. Like sometimes just going along with the team consensus keeps to keep the pace. Like for example, a few of us thought the pregame warm-up was too long preparing, but no one spoke up, because that's how we've always done it. And like Corey said, the group must create a psychological safety. It's the freedom to voice their dissent without being ostracized. But our captains intentionally asked rotational decisions in meetings, like, does anybody disagree? Let's talk about this and whatnot. But closing argument or closing statements, like, conflict isn't that bad. Like, our schedule made conflict likely, but we handled it through growth. Our roles matter, like our captains and our coaches, and informal roles like motivators like me and mediators. Communication under time pressure is critical, and we need it. We're always together, got to deal with it. Leadership evolved a lot over in our fall season. Psychological safety helps creativity and growth. And then cohesion isn't static. Even performing team needs maintenance. So thank you.